Welcome. Today we're gonna cover this countertop with concrete. This is a pine temporary countertop which we had for over 3 years, and it's time to make an upgrade. So the first step is to remove the sink and the cooker in order to get rid of all the organic gunk that was accumulated underneath these appliances. Then I've spread some plastic foil on top of the old countertop, and in the reinstalled sink with some silicone I've fixed styrofoam supports for the mold that's gonna create the hole above the sink. The mold will be later on fixed with some wire pins. Okay, here you can see the added melamine edge fence. It separates the kitchen countertop in two sections. The part with cooktop will be poured in the next stage. So splitting this kind of job into sections gives the opportunity to learn and progress. So previously I've made this countertop in the laundry room, which is covered with this white epoxy. So experience that I gained making this one, that was the first countertop that I made, it really helped me to increase the finish quality in the next stages in the kitchens. It's 4 mil rebar mesh placed before pouring the concrete. It's much easier than filling it half, then rebar, then filling another half. On the side you can see the extensions, the rebar extensions that it's gonna be wired with the mesh that's gonna rest on the other part of the countertop. Now the mixed applied. I've used regular Portland cement, mixed 1/4 part of cement with 3 parts of sand, with some glass fibers additive for reinforcement and a plastifier to make this surface finish easier. I kept the mixture as dry as possible, just enough water to have the ingredient mixed well. The slab thickness is 3 centimeter, so it's not too thick. It got additional 2 centimeters overhang to cover exposed pine based boards. I kept the fresh slab under the plastic cover for 2 days to cure and let it dry for another few days afterwards. The molds for sink and cooker are made out of styrofoam. It doesn't have to be the high density. It doesn't matter really. The important thing is to edge it with packing tape so they come out easily, and I've put additional silicone at the bottom to avoid any possible leaks. I'm spraying water on slab to join it well with the new pour. I'm not vibrating the mix because I want the air bubbles to stay down and not to rise to the surface. If I have any bubbles rise to the surface, I just cover them with the mix when I'm finishing the surface. Here you see me installing a plastic mesh to the edge of the slab, as well as around the mold for the sink and the cooker. This mesh comes as adhesive tape that is originally intended to reinforce joints between plasterboards, but I use it in here and works fine. To smooth the surface of the fresh slab, I've used a regular plastic float that is used for plaster, and then I finish it off with a metal float when it cured a bit. The important thing is patience and a bit of practice, and you can smooth the surface quite well. At this stage, the countertop is ready. It could be sealed and used, um, but I've decided to give it more uniform finish, more perfect one, as there are some curves that I wasn't happy about how they came out. So I've decided to apply a countertop overlay, which is a product similar to Bondo, so it can be sanded really smooth. It's very easy and nice to work with. And there are two coats: the base one that smooths out everything, and then there goes the final colored coat. So this is how it looks like after sanding the base coat. And here goes the final layer. It comes as a white powder, and you can dye it with whatever color you want. I've used black to achieve gray color in the end. The orbital sander with 220 grit did the job, and it took out all the imperfections, and it turned out very smooth. Well, after that I've sealed it with polyurethane. I put 4 or 5 coats, and it turned out super glossy.